Hey everyone, so I have one last quick message while I'm on break. People will call you fake. People will talk about you. Don't let that stop you from serving God, because what's going to happen is, and just know, it's just the enemy. It's just the enemy, because what's going to happen is when people see you start to serve God, they're going to start watching you with a microscope lens, waiting on you to mess up, waiting on you to have any kind of slip up. Don't let that discourage you from serving God. I have people tell me all the time, I'm fake. I'm not fake. I'm human. And that's what we have to understand. We're not fake. We're human too. Just because you're in ministry, just because you're a Christian, just because you're trying to live your life right, does not mean that you stop being human. It doesn't mean that you stop having human moments, that you'll never mess up again, that you'll never slip up again, that you'll never get angry or mad. You're human. So when people call you fake and people try to act like, oh, you say you living for God, but you slipped up and cussed. Oh, you say you living for God, but you slipped up and slept with that person. Oh, you say you living for God, but you got an attitude and you mad and you upset. I'm human. And that's what you're going to have to remember. Don't let the fact that you're human and you're going to make mistakes stop you from serving God. Because God knew your nature when he called you. God knew your nature when he chose you. You're never going to stop being human. You're not going to stop feeling how you felt before you got saved just because you're saved. You're not going to stop feeling what you feel just because you're serving God. There are people right now, there are pastors and ministers and apostles who are dealing with things that regular people are dealing with. People in ministry struggle. People in ministry get depressed. People in ministry have financial issues. People in ministry go through divorces and relational issues and all of that. So I don't care what anybody says to you. I don't care who calls you fake because you saved and you got an attitude today. I'm saved. I'm in ministry. I had an attitude yesterday. I wasn't feeling good. My day wasn't going good. I'm human. So, you're not fake. You're just human. Don't let that stop you from serving God, because the enemy is hoping that you will get offended, which is what I just talked about. The enemy is hoping that you'll get so offended by it that it will scare you off, that it'll make you feel like, oh, I'm still human. I'm still got anger management issues, or I still got issues in this area and issues in that area, and I can't serve God. That's not true. God knew you had anger management issues when he called you. Moses had anger management issues. Peter had anger management issues. All of these people. Paul had anger management issues. Paul was going around killing Christians before he became Paul. He was Saul. He was going around killing Christians and everything else, and God still chose him. God knew who you were and all of your issues and your struggles before he ever called you, but he called you anyway. So when people come at you and say, you're fake, you're supposed to be serving God, you're supposed to be a woman of God, and you got an attitude today, you're fake. No, I'm not. I'm human. I'm tired. I'm hot. I don't feel good. My day is not going good. I got stuff going on in my personal life. You tell them, I'm not fake. I'm human, just like you. And God knew that I had attitude problems. God knew that I had anger problems. God knew I was going to be upset today, and he chose me anyway. And I may be feeling this way right now, but it doesn't define who I am. It doesn't define my walk with God. Doesn't define my walk as a Christian. Doesn't define my walk as a preacher or a teacher or somebody in ministry. You are human, and just because you're human doesn't mean that you can't still be you. So people will call you fake, and people will watch and wait for you to mess up and say, oh, you messed up. You in ministry, but you messed up. You fake. You ain't true. No, I'm human. We're all human. And that's the awesomeness and the glory of serving the God that we serve, is that we're gonna mess up and he still loves us and wants us anyway. So remember that the next time somebody calls you fake.